So I just spoke with a really nice lady. Her name's Pat at the animal shelter, and she's trying to get a Chihuahua fixed into being in her home. But we were talking, and I had said, they really need to learn about dogs in the AKC class in public schools. I mean, this is something I see all over the city. People don't know that much about dog breeds, especially poor people that haven't had the opportunity to go to shows and things like that, or a veterinarian and get a veterinarian. They go without their shots and stuff. And Pat said it was still legal to chain a dog up. And so I got to thinking about this story. And there was this real nice little family, black family, that came through my line at Walmart. And they were buying puppy pads and all sorts of things for puppies. And they said, yeah, our dog's having its second litter of puppies. I went, oh, well, I said, well, what kind of, but I didn't really say that because I didn't want to hear about the pit bull they're breeding. But I said, well, I had a little poodle when I was a kid, and it ran all over the neighborhood, and we had a brown puppy, a spotted puppy, a black puppy, a yellow puppy. I said, my dog was a slut. I didn't say that so the kids could hear it, just SLUT. And the mom grinned, and she says, when I go out of the house, I chain it in the front yard. I have to chain it up, and then I think that's when it gets pregnant. I'm like, well, we could do an AKC class, SPCA class, to teach these people. I don't think they want to abuse their pets, but I don't know of any dog that wants to be chained up. And I have studied, attacks, and usually it's in a pack. It's a type of animal that may not have been raised correctly, but also they run in packs, and they've got the intuition to attack. And so we don't want that to happen to a child or adult. And I just think the different breeds of dogs, like my dog's a golden doodle, and she has a very soft mouth. You just give her a little treat. But that's what she's bred for. She's bred to carry fowl in her mouth. And she doesn't know it, and she really doesn't know she's a retriever, and for some reason she's lost the ability to retrieve. She has no desire to please me there. If I throw her a ball, she's like, are we going to discuss it? The philosophy behind the world, the globe, the round, the circle. Let's talk E equals MC square. My genius puppy Charm, who's going to be 15 on March 20th. Yeah. And then little Annabelle Lee, or Sassy Bitch. She's got the short person kind of thing going. But, I was fortunate to be brought up around. Part of my family showed at Westminster, and they bred different types of dogs at different times. And I got to see how the dogs were treated and things like that. And I showed, in local shows, my aunt would let me show a Shih Tzu or something. It was a great sense of accomplishment to do that when I was a child. And, just to walk a dog on a leash, it was heaven. My grandma had a really large, part German something, I don't know, but it was really sweet. His name was Jeff, and it was such a big deal to put his harness on him and walk him around the neighborhood when I was like 8. That's why I always like when I meet people and I meet children, I'm like, do you want to walk my dogs? Just to build their self-confidence. And horses do that too for girls, something that large that 1,800 pounds, 1,200, 1,600 pounds, that you can manage to build children's and adults' self-esteem. Any dog can bite, and I would never say that, but mine do not have a record. Belle does. I mean, she's one little boy in the hood, KJ. He was just dragging her. He was on leash and dragging her around, and I looked at him. I said, KJ, Belle doesn't like that. And he reached down and she bit him. Didn't break the skin, but he looked at me and goes, she bit me. I'm like, yeah, but she don't want to be abused, KJ. She's kind of bossy that way. But yeah, no, I felt good because Pat said she thought that would be great to teach children how to train, manage, look into the different breeds, and do that after school. I think you'd have a really large following. It's not that difficult. And you could have breeders. I mean, obviously there's hundreds of breeds of dogs, but if you had 2 or 3 breeders come in, like the Borzoi, which is my favorite, but it's not the right dog for me. And I've studied the breed. I know that. I know it's not the right dog for me. Although I love the Afghan too, but I'm not in the mood to do that much grooming. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to that. So yeah, matching the right person with the right dog and things like that, bringing in live dogs and letting them see it, puppies, and entertain them. Don't just demean them by those little dot-to-dot tests. Entertain these kids. They need to build a life, not just pass SOL tests, Ralph. Thank you.